Okay, so what I'm gonna do today is actually I'm gonna live stream this video because I just want to talk about productivity apps. So I think today's vlog for Vlogmas is actually gonna be a replay of the live stream a little bit. Cut up, of course, you're not gonna watch the whole thing. Probably, I would imagine so. I mean, you can if you want to. But like I said, it's gonna be cut up, spliced into a nice small video-ish, like 12-15 minutes long. We'll see how long I actually stream for. But yeah, so sit tight and we're gonna slide around. Productivity is the theme of today's video. We're gonna be talking about, I am gonna be talking about productivity apps, what I use, how I use it, and maybe deciding if and how I can actually pare down these productivity apps. So let's hop into it. All right, so first off, what apps do I use? I have a Chrome browser here with Airtable and Notion open. I also use Craft and I also use Obsidian. These are all kind of competing, at least Craft, Notion, and Obsidian are all kind of competing for my attention. And like, they're all different buckets that I can put different information in. So I kind of wanted to first talk about like which ones I'm using, why I'm using them, how I'm using them, that kind of stuff first. So first, let's talk about Obsidian since that's the first one that's actually open here. Okay, so first let's talk about what Obsidian is and then we'll hop into my app. So it's a second brain. They say it's a second brain for you forever. It's a knowledge base that you can just build out, very Wikipedia style. Like you can link to other files and such like that. They have a really strong plugin community, which is neat, where you can access different plugins and such that you can actually like really customize Obsidian to do exactly what you want. And it's free. And what's super neat about Obsidian is each file is actually stored as a markdown file. So I'm gonna go where mine is in iCloud Drive. There's an Obsidian folder since I use it on Mac and on my phone. So they're in both places actually. And in here, these are all the different vaults that Obsidian has. And so what vaults are in Obsidian is they're kind of just like the database of your folders. So this one here that I have open is called CCT Plus. That's where I manage all of Coffee Code Tech and more. So like my YouTube channel and such like that. And it's basically all just markdown files in folders. And that's all that's in here. So like if I click into people, here's another markdown file. And we can just keep going markdown file after markdown file after markdown file, basically. That's exactly what's in here. Now where Obsidian's like power comes in is the fact that it does this backlink thing, which I was talking about with it being like a wiki style app, like it makes wikis. So here is the home for my wheels. And then whenever there's these double brackets here, that means we're linking to another page. So if I command click it, I am taken instantly to that page. This is a community plugin that I have installed that makes it into a Kanban board. So if we open it as Markdown, we can see that it uses the YAML formatter here, and then there's just a bunch of Markdown related info here. Since it's just Markdown, it is an Electron app. Like people can write JavaScript plugins and such for it to work. And then we can hit open as Kanban board, and it's back as a Kanban board, which is pretty nifty. If we go into this other My Wheels, we can see here the double link to the home. Again, click back, and it's just going to take you back. Now, the nifty little view that I had open before is a graph view. It allows you to just see where all the different links are happening. So I have some out here that aren't really linked to anything. These are probably like dates, like my daily notes that I have taken. But like Vlogmas here is linked to lots of different things, and you can follow this path over and over and over to just a lot of different ways, and you can see how your notes like actually connect to each other if you set those backlinks in. And then of course you can say what you want, what you can actually put in what you want here. So if I wanted to show tags, like I have some work in progress tags and such like that, I can do that. We could also put in groups here. So if I wanted to put all of my wheels, anything that's related to my wheels inside this actual my wheels folder will be red. We can make another group, the same thing for people. That way we can see where people are connected. And when I say people, it can either be work people, just however I'm categorizing people. You can also do this with tags. So here are all the different tags I have. So all my Swift, I can put as like this nice orange color. And of course they might get taken over by other colors like priorities and such like that. So it's just a pretty nifty way to start visualizing where stuff is connecting. So it looks like I have this Swift here that is a work in progress. So this is just a way to start organizing and visualizing your notes. Like I hadn't really thought of visualizing my notes that way. Some people say this view is kind of useless, like that graph view is kind of useless. It's kind of nifty if once you start actually filtering out info. So like I probably don't need all of like the single date options here. So I could probably figure out how to actually filter those out. Usually people would probably categorize them inside their own folder for like a daily note folder. And then you can say, great, take that away, that kind of deal. And something that I just found out recently that they have inside this view is you can actually see your notes grow. If you hit the button, the start time-lapse animation, you can start seeing them all grow together, which is just it is literally just a fun view to watch your notes and your graphs just all grow. Again, this is Obsidian. It's just a nifty, it's all markdown based. It all lives on my own drive. There's nothing wrong here because it's stored in that iCloud folder. Everything is I have access to it on all my devices, so you don't have to pay for anything either on it. They do have also this one nifty plugin that you do have to pay for. It's called Publish, and it will publish to like a website for you. So now if I go to this website, we can see everything that I've actually decided to publish here. And we can start to see just everything come together, and we can see it all like on the website. So you could actually go to mwilson_codes.cctplus.dev and see all these notes that I've taken live. I really like Obsidian for this part alone. It makes it a nice, easy website to actually maintain. And you know, you can customize it and stuff like that. I'm just not... Obsidian, I don't think is going to be my end-all be-all, but it is a very nifty app that, because everything is marked down, you don't have to necessarily use Obsidian to actually get info into it. Again, Obsidian is probably the lowest on my apps to actually like keep in my workflow, because Craft and Obsidian kind of play the same role. So let's talk about Craft for a little bit. Craft. They actually just won a Apple App Store a design award for the App Store recently for a Mac app. So they claim they're taking their notes to the next level. It's built for digital devices. It is a native Mac app. It's a native Mac and iOS app. It's written in Swift. You can really feel, there it is, their Mac app of the year. You can really feel like the craftsmanship in it. And you can also really feel like how snappy it is inside macOS, on iPadOS, and on iPhone, iOS. So this is really, like, I highly recommend if you're looking for a note-taking app, this is probably a good place to go. Craft is a super nice and super clean app. So everything is document based. So like if we go into my Vlogmas schedule here, we can see that there's just a list of tasks. So each vlog is an actual task here. And then on top of that though, you also can make each line become its own page. So like this vlog that I'm recording right now, you hit into it, there's like the actual notes for this page, for this video. But like if we were to go into the revenue cat one, again, very detailed, I know, but like here is more details about it. So you can start having things like live on a page, and then you can go into a page if you need to. There's folders. You can see a bunch of different page styles and all this kind of stuff. So you can change the whole default font if you want to. Basically you can customize a lot of what you see here. Change what your block spacing is, page width, stuff like that. Also change the style of text if you want to. And then what's nifty is how we can actually group options. So like here is what they would call a grouping, because it's a page inside a page basically. So So there's different, we can turn it actually into a card instead and apply the style of the card. You can customize like the card's color. So if we wanted it to be like that, it's how it actually looks. And you can even apply like a background image to it as well. To me, craft is a lot more like Notion, especially in the fact that you can bring up the different commands. So if you needed like a separator, you need the font to change, that kind of stuff. It does support markdown, so hashtag is the heading, double hashtag is a subheading, and then you can link to other pages as well, like backlinks, kind of like Obsidian, where you'd hit at, and then you can go find the page that you want, and it'll link here so you can go and find it, and you can go and you can click on it and go to that page specifically. Or if maybe that's just the title and you want to add more notes, you can do that as well. So now there's more page inside the page here, which, you know, it can work for some people. Like, there's reasons why these exist. People like this idea. That is what's happening there. So this is Craft. I really like it for general note taking. They do have a daily note feature, so you can add a note for each day, and it purely just lives in this day view. I like to use it, we can see up here, I like to use it for kind of like my schedule for the day type notes, what I want to focus on, stuff like that. And then like my all documents is actually more so for loose leaf notes that I'm actually crafting, or loose leaf projects that I'm currently working on. Now, before I was really into craft and really into Obsidian, the one that started it all was Notion. Notion is just a very well-rounded tool that basically does everything that you could imagine. So let's get it open. Let's talk about it. We are also going to bring up their page. Notion really wants to be like a workspace for everyone. The company obviously wants you to use it for everything, but they're starting to put more emphasis on the collaboration part than they are the note-taking part, the single person note-taking part. So like, you know, this is like, I mean, it does a lot here. And you can share these and be collaborative, all that good stuff here. It's built for collaboration. Craft also has collaboration mode where you can talk with other people in it and collaborate with other people. But let's go peruse around how I'm currently using Notion. So as you can see here, I have lots of different workspaces. Each workspace is used for a different part of my life. Work was used for my previous job, no longer used now, even though my current job does use Notion on a day-to-day basis to run its business. It's not listed in this drop down here. CCT Plus, that was used for my used to run YouTube, Twitch, all that fun stuff. It's no longer, but if I need to share anything out, like this template issue tracker, anything that I need to share out as like a single page, I'll either use it, put it into Notion, or I'll put it into Craft, because they both have the option to actually share a page out. So with Notion, you can hit share and you can share to the web and you have that link. And inside Craft, if I wanted to share this, I can hit the share icon, hit share secret link, and now I can copy this link and open it inside a web page to be viewed. So that was CCT Plus. The next one is Auto Tracker. This one is quite a different workspace because it's actually tracking this one specific project that I'm working on, My Wheels. If you follow me on Twitch, you actually have seen me work on My Wheels quite a bit here, to where like, and this is where everything is based out of. What I'm planning for subscription tiers, what my data looks like, what my database info is, what I actually want to see in an MVP, where my ideas for sharing cars, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's exactly what I have in here. It's a great tool for this because everything's so flexible. So like we have embeds for embeds that come from websites, tasks, auto headings. You can put things side by side if you need to. So like this Freelight Pro, it all goes side by side, and all this fun stuff. Like I can just take random notes as I need to. Now, if Notion is so great, like why do I feel the need to go look for other things? The first thing though is that it is web-based, so if I don't have access to the internet, I literally cannot do anything with this data. There are iOS and macOS apps available for Notion, but they're all like really just React wrappers, like they're all web wrappers basically, and it just doesn't have the nice polish like Craft does. And the only thing that is keeping me from switching over fully to Craft is the fact that I can do stuff like this with my database. Inside what Notion calls databases, you can have properties, data types, all this fun stuff. So you can actually click and like select your different options here. So it just makes it really easy to categorize data if you need to and such like that. So I highly, this is just one of the reasons why I can't exactly switch from Notion yet, because like this is great. But like I said, it is web-based. It doesn't really have offline support inside the iOS and iPadOS apps, internet connection, which is really sad for such a great app because it is super flexible. So like here, like I've built out whenever I was applying to jobs, like I had a whole resume completely built out in Notion. I mean, it's super nifty to like be really, I mean, Notion is great. Like, look, check this out. Like, here are all the skills that I have. They're all organized by programming language, developer tools, all that fun stuff. We can then share, copy, it's shared to the web. We then go check it out actually inside, proceed anyway. Inside here, like it just looks very clean. You can start to organize everything. I can link specific jobs to like specific skills here if I wanted to. Same with my iOS apps, and it makes it really easy to get up and going. Notion's great. I just really like Notion. I've done a whole video actually over Notion about how I use Notion to like track projects and like that and such like that, because I've used it quite a bit for iHog here. Like here's just a very static page that people can come to, and then I also have it for like an issue tracker. So I actually like really went in depth on how to do this. I'll link it in the description box below. But yeah, so like Notion is like right now the thing that can do everything that I really want to. Those are the apps that I really truly enjoy using for productivity. Now, I really do want to cut back. I feel like I'm using too many different apps, but I think Craft, Notion, and Obsidian are all kind of stepping on each other's toes. Notion's also going to stay in the mix for now, no matter what. So it's really just Craft and Obsidian that are stepping on each other's toes. So Craft is going to be like my end all be all of productivity apps. That's not like it's going to overtake Obsidian. It makes me really slightly sad for it to overtake Obsidian, but I really don't need, I feel like Craft and Obsidian both have the exact same features, and even like Notion could take over Craft, but I really like the offline support for Craft. So like I really feel that Craft is going to be like the app that is the end all be all at the end of the day once they figure out how to get Notion databases in. But Craft is a very well made app, and right now it's doing exactly what Obsidian does, or Obsidian does exactly what Craft does. So I really think that letting Obsidian go, deleting it off all the devices and such is going to be the way to like simplify my life just a little bit more. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. If you really liked this video, make sure you give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And then watch the next video that's presented to you, because the algorithm says that you will probably like it the best. And I will catch you in the next one.